Really awesome to go through. This is practice number 9 for us today. Scrimmage number 1, huge part of fall camp for you to know exactly where you're at. And I talked to our team 2 days ago. I believe in the principle of sowing and reaping, right? Sowing, planting seeds, reaping what you plant. And no different as a farmer, right? If I plant apple seeds, I can't get frustrated if I get corn, right? Like, I got to know what I'm sowing and then what I'm going to reap from it, right? And then it says in the book of Galatians, don't grow weary in doing good, but in due time you will receive a harvest, right? So that's where I really believe our team is at right now in a good way. Like, I believe I've seen some guys that have been sowing the right seeds for months. Maybe no one really knows about them yet, but man, I'm excited for them to continue to sow the right things because I know there's a harvest coming for them and our team. So through 9 practices, there's a lot of good things that our team's doing. Our guys did a good job today in the scrimmage. We'll talk about that here in a second. Are we where we need to be at? We're not, right? We still got a long way to go. This next week is pivotal, right? You go from a hard scrimmage. How are we going to be in practice 10? That's what I want to continue to know about our team. Leaders are stepping up. Both sides of the ball are going at it. I believe our special teams are playing at a really high level right now. Competition's through the roof. But we got to keep planting the right seeds, and in due time, we will reap the harvest we want. So, 3 weeks from today, what is it? Right now it's 5 o'clock. We're about to kick off here in 28 minutes, right? 3 weeks from today. So this thing is coming. It's coming quick, and really excited where we're going to. We're not there yet, but excited where we're at. In regards to scrimmage number 1 today, let's start offensively. Really proud of the camp Maddox has had so far. And he should, right? I tell our guys, our best players need to be our best players all the time. Heavy is the crown. That's Maddox Matson. He's had a really good fall camp. Really excited for who he's going to be for us this season. Chris Marshall has had an outstanding camp for us to date, right? His consistency has risen. How he responds to adversity has grown. Once again, still have to continue to grow and take steps, but through 9 practices, really proud of where Chris is at. Latrell Caples has had a big-time camp for us. As a senior receiver for us, he should. And I'm proud of the plays that he's made. Our offensive line, been able to rotate a lot of different guys. Guys get banged up in camp, and we've been able to rotate and play a lot of guys. They're continuing to step up. Tight end group's doing a good job. The stable, our running backs, Malik, Sire Gaines, Dylan Riley, those 3 in particular had really good days today in the scrimmage. Proud of all 3 of those running backs. Defensively, man, been really cool to see some new guys, some guys that maybe even haven't played a ton, continue to step up. Derek Ganter had a really good scrimmage day for us at safety. Our front, Braxton Feely, our D tackles, having one of the better camps we've had from a D lineman in a while. I'm really proud of where he's going. Marco Notarini, our captain, leading in everything he does on the field, off the field, been very productive this fall camp. Our secondary is playing at a high level, as they should and need to, right? It's a veteran back end. They should. Mara McCoy, Jeremiah Irby, Ty Benefield, Zion Washington. They're playing well. They need to. There were some things that our offense, some plays they made some plays. The receivers and secondary are going back and forth. They should. Ty Benefield's had a really good camp so far. Their corners are playing at a high level. Franklin Johnson and Sherrod Smith really putting some good stuff on film right now. Really putting some good stuff on film as that, who's going to be our 3rd corner right now in that rotation. Really excited to see those guys. Dimitri Freeney also doing some really good stuff on special teams and on defense. So really cool to see how things are shaking out. There's a true freshman, Bobo, making plays out there. As a true freshman in our fronts, as an edge player, that's hard to do. And really excited to see kind of where he's growing to. So some really good things on film. The last one I want to mention is Bowen Phelps. Has done a really good job this fall camp playing linebacker, moved from safety to linebacker in the spring, and is playing really fast right now. So excited to see where it's all going special teams wise. Competition's high for our specialists. Mason Hutton, I really believe he's one of the best long snappers in the nation, playing at a high level. Oscar, our punter who's coming in, has had a really good fall camp, and competition's really high to see who's going to be our field goal kicker and who's going to kick off for us. So excited where we're at. Once again, like I started this press conference, what we are sowing, we are going to reap. We better make sure we're sowing the right seeds as a team, and we'll reap the harvest we want.
Did Sire Gaines took part in the scrimmage?
Oh, yeah, he did. He had a good scrimmage. Had a couple really tough runs, good runs. I don't know how many snaps he had, BJ, but him and Malik played a lot. Him, Malik, Dylan Riley, those 3 played a ton today and got really good reps.
Were any big plays or anything that stood out to you today?
Both Malik and Sire Gaines had big runs today. Chris Marshall had a big-time catch in a backed-up situation. A couple sacks were out there that were big plays. Ty Benefield had a really good tackle. That was a big play in it. Those are the big ones that kind of jump out, and had a couple really good field goals. Those are a couple of the main ones that come to mind.
Some scrimmages, one side of the ball dominates.
Yeah.
Other scrimmages, it goes back and forth. What was today's like?
Today was back and forth. It really was. Offense had a couple really good drives to start the game. I mean, we had a backed up situation where there's 98 yards to go, and our offense did a 98-yard drive. Once again, helped by the explosive play to Chris. But it was some back and forth. Excuse me, some back and forth. Offense had some good drives. Defense did a really good job in the red zone. Held our offense to a field goal a lot of times, even playing that situation. Had a fourth down stop. So it was some really good back and forth, some really good tackles on film, which we know is something as a team we need to grow in. Some missed tackles on film. Good job by our offense breaking tackles. So today was back and forth. There's some really good on both sides, and there's still a lot that we need to clean up to be the team we need to be August 28th.
We had a couple sacks. Who had those?
Bobo had a sack today. And I'm the one calling sacks, so I got to go back and kind of look at some of these. But Bobo, I believe, had one. We let him obviously play out. I think Braxton might have had one. I think Devon Banks had one, blitzing from the nickel position. He did a good job today. Jaden Mickey's doing some good stuff at nickel, too. It's really cool to see that competition. I have to go back and look. Right now, off the top of my head, I remember the Bobo sack. I'm sure there's a couple others.
When do we get to a point with Chris Marshall where it's not like he's bad, this is who he is now, and this is it, and not just every day hoping he's still out there and waiting for something else to happen?
Yeah, BJ, good question. I think in general, that's almost where I'm at with our team right now, right? I think in general, it's all about what you put on film, the consistency you do. So just like anything with Chris, it isn't like, well, he had a really, really, really good summer training, which has continually kicked him to have a really good fall camp. He's just got to stay at it. No different than really any other player on our team. Now, when guys are here for a longer amount of time, you can point to some more consistency, right? Marco Notarini, you really know what you're going to get from Marco, right? He's been here. He's gone through it. You know what you're going to expect. With Chris, I mean, we're 9 days in. He's continually to stack days. Is he perfect? No. Is any player on our team going to be perfect? No. Is Chris going to have a bad player practice? He is. So is everybody else. So I'm really excited where he's going to right now, BJ. And even with Chris, I'm living in that moment with him. I talked to him walking off the field, like, just keep stacking days. Keep stacking days. And seeing him respond, even today, something maybe doesn't go our way, his response is improved. I mean, the sky's the limit for that young man. And love being around him. I love him being a part of our team. He's just got to continue to stack days. No different. He plays great game one. He's got to be consistent that week in practice to play really good week two. And that is collectively our team. I mean, Chris is one that gets talked about because of who he is as a talent. But there's a lot of guys on our team that are in that exact same boat. We've got new players on our team that I told them today on our team meeting, I want you to cut it loose, and I want to know who can perform. I want to know who I can trust. I want to know who gets banged up in fall camp and can't push through to keep going, right? Those are things you learn about your roster in fall camp.
So my guys being banged up, where's Breezy at right now? Is this a short-term thing?
He should be back next week. Yeah, he should be back. It was a soft tissue injury, so he should be back sometime next week. He was doing individual drills to start the scrimmage, so he should be back this week. That's why today, Malik, Sai, I mean, they took the majority. They took all the 1 reps, and Dylan Riley's doing a really good job this fall camp. So those 3 got, I don't know the reps off the top of my head, but we had a good amount of reps today, and they really got a ton.
I know there's stuff we can't say that we see at practice, but you mentioned the O-line being banged up. Any concern there? Anything being long-term?
No, right now just banged up, Beej. You know, we believe the mentality of our offensive line and the mentality of our defensive line. They go at it. Guys are going to get banged up in fall camp, and so we got to get some guys healthy, and guys are stepping up, carrying the flag.
How do you toe that line of you want guys going at it, but you want them being healthy?
It's a balance. It absolutely is, and I'm by no means saying that I have it figured out. I just know to game one, you need your team to be ready physically, right, fresh, all those things, but you also need them to be ready to play the game. Right, so both those you're always as a coach. We could do walkthroughs all the day from now until kickoff, and our team would be healthy, but we wouldn't be ready to play this game. Right, we believe in physically dominant teams win championships. That's what we believe in here, and that's trained. Yes, there is a balance when guys get banged up and how to do the right reps of practice, and that's something we're always looking at. Yep.
How do you think you know your team this year versus last year at this time? Do you find your second full year, do you think you know more about what you got, where you stand, how you look than you did last year after one scrimmage?
Yeah, I think as a team, we're painting that picture every day, Bob, right? Day one, you're kind of like, all right, this is who we are as a team. And then maybe the next day it's different, right? Maybe one day, I think someone brought up, or like one day maybe offense plays really well and you're like, oh, that's what and then the next day defense plays even better and outplays the offense, right? There's really good back and forth right now. For me, it's all about our players and where they're developing and growing to. Then it's about our coaches, where they're developing and growing to. That's really where I'm at. We have great coaches to see where we're at schematically, fundamentally. Obviously, I'm involved in that too. But I'm all about the people in this building. Where are we? Where are us as coaches going to grow to? We're going to have that meeting later today. Where are all of our coaches growing to? What do I need to be better? And then we're going to have a team meeting individually. Hey, this is where we're at offensively. These are some non-negotiables that need to get fixed. Defensively, special teams. So in regards to knowing our team, we got a really good idea of who we are after 9 practices, but that's not the final say, right? How are we going to be practice 10, 11? And that evolves and changes as you play, as you grow and develop.
Do you have a leader yet for QB2?
Right now, Max Cutforth played really well today. He played really good. Caleb Bennett's doing a good job in fall camp. I would say today Max played really well, but we're going to continue to compete for the QB2 spot all the way through fall camp.
Ty was telling us earlier this week he feels a lot more comfortable on the defense. How's that comfort really translated into his fall camp?
Yeah, Ty Benefield, guys, is playing at a very, very high level right now. How he communicates, the speed with which he plays as a high level. I really believe that Ty Benefield could be one of the best safeties we've had here. Now, he has to be consistent and do that day in and day out. Through 9 practices, very proud of the 9 practices that he's put on film right now.
What kind of leadership did you see from Maddox today?
Maddox, the thing that you love about Maddox is he's the same every single day, right? How he was yesterday, the day before, is the same he is on a scrimmage, and it's going to be the same he is game 1, game 2, and that creates a consistency with our whole team. Never too high, never too low, and that's something you gain from a scrimmage is I want to know kind of who can handle a little bit more stress, right? Who's going to handle it when there's a little bit more eyes on this situation? So that Maddox is that guy. He's that cool, calm, collected, elite competitor, and don't get it twisted. He's going to try and cut your throat football-wise, but he's cool, calm, and collected, and our team feeds on that. Right? He brings energy. He's vocal, but he's the same the same energy he brought today, he brought yesterday.
We've seen Quentin Brown out there making some plays.
Yeah.
And who are some true freshmen that the first 2 weeks
Yeah,
there caught your
Quinn Brown had a couple big-time catches today. Really excited where he's growing to. Cam Jones had a big catch on the sideline, too. Excited to see where he's going. I think Cash Williams has done some really, or we call him Cash, Cumonte Williams. He's doing a good job out there. Like I said, Bobo, a true freshman, I mean, he is growing a lot. I mean, I'm really excited where his development's going to. Sincere Brackett, as a true freshman linebacker, flies around, physical. He's going to be on special teams this year and do some good things. Trying to think any other guys that really have note today from a true freshman. They're all growing a good. I really like the high school class we brought in this year. Really like them. Obviously, that doesn't mean that they're all going to play this year, but really like the ceiling they have because of how they're wired. I think they're a high character group that have also a high floor because they have high talent. So, but those are the ones I think that come to mind the most, Beach.
You've mentioned Bobo now multiple times today. You mentioned him in the preseason press conference a few weeks ago. What are you really liking about him, and just what's his talent level like?
Yeah. First off, very coachable. I mean, for a true freshman, and Coach Frazier, Coach Washington, I mean, we put a premium on how we play on the edge here. They have to do a lot for our defense, and coachable, learns. If he doesn't do something right, he gets coached hard, and he listens, he learns, he grows. His body's continue to be growing and developing. So he's doing some good things. Right now, he's got to continue to earn the right to be able to get reps in a game, but really proud of where he's stacking to. And another guy on the edge, Sterling Lane. Man, I think he's gotten almost 7 or 8 sacks this fall camp so far, playing fast, playing physical. Coach Frazier's doing a really good job with him. Really like his mentality. So I think Sterling's gonna push for playing time in a major way this year too.
That's not to mention Max and Malachi Williams.
That's right.
Obviously, a lot of options there on that edge to replace them. Just what are you seeing in that battle?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Jaden Virgin Morgan is playing at a high level and needs to. Max Steed just had a really good fall camp to date right now. The guys that are continuing to step up, I see Bobo, Sterling Lane, And even Mason Jacobson's doing some good job, really good job, the defensive end spot in practice. I mean, Malachi Williams has grown a lot from spring to now, how strong he is and really trying to grow the physicality of which he plays with. Really good pass rusher, but even growing in the physicality of which he plays with. So we put a premium on the edge, and there's going to be competition through the roof to really see who are our 4 that we know are going to rotate and play significant time game 1.
How was the tackling today?
It was good. Yeah, right now, first look, I can think off the top of my head, BJ, a couple angles we missed. But for the most part, I think our tackling was pretty good. There's going to still be some ones to clean up. And some of our ball carriers did a really good job. Malik had a couple big-time cuts where guys lost leverage. Sire Gaines had a couple big-time cuts and ran over some guys, right? So there's some really good looks at, on both sides, guys who can break tackles and guys who can make them. So I think overall, right now, sitting here without watching, I'd say it was good.
And were there any turnovers today?
There was one turnover on downs, 1 interception. Yep.
Who had the pick?
It was Derek Ganter. Yep.
Just with the secondary, I feel like the last couple of years now, one of the big things is not laying up so many explosive plays.
Yep.
How are you feeling coming into this camp and coming into the season?
Yeah. Explosive, we talked today as a team, the explosive play battle is everything. 12 yards or more is an explosive run. 16 yards or more is an explosive pass, just so you guys know what we're talking about. The goal offensively, if you get 10 or more explosive plays in the game, I mean, you're going to be one of the top 5 offenses in the country. If you get 5 or less on defense, you'll be a top 5 defense in the country. So those are always the standards we use. And it's how do you create explosive plays on offense? How do you eliminate them on defense? And there was good back and forth. There was some really good communication and pursuit by the defense to eliminate explosive plays. And then there's explosive plays on offense through protection, throws, either really good job by our tailbacks, really good job by our offensive line blocking up front. So good back and forth. The turnover battle and the explosive play battle, if you look at the stats in the NFL and college football, if you win both of those, I think it's like 95% of the time you win that football game. So there's a lot of stats that people look at. Those 2 directly correlate to winning, and so they're the ones that we look at a lot.
On the interior defensive line, you've mentioned Braxton. Who's standing out in that room besides Braxton?
Yeah.
Right now?
David Latu's doing a good job. He's coming off a spring. Kind of was battling with a little bit of soft tissue issue to start fall camp, but he's back rolling today. I think he did a good job in the scrimmage today. Going to have to look at the film to speak more to it. Lopez Sanusi's playing really well right now and is physical and continue to grow. Deion Washington has been taking a lot of reps and doing a good job. Very athletic, but is growing even in the physicality with which he plays with. And Keanu's really shown something. He had one of his best practices 2 days ago in our short yardage goal line. The big thing for him, very athletic, but really need to grow in his physicality at the point of attack. And I've seen that grow, throughout this fall camp. Young Bethel and Young Ryder, our 2 freshmen, those 2 cats are going to be pretty good in the future too. So seeing those guys battle back and forth has been really cool to see as well. Got to get Michael Maudry going again, right? He should be back next week, rolling and playing. So got to get him back and get him in the rotation.
Where does the shift kind of change now after scrimmage 1 moving forward towards scrimmage 2?
Yeah, BJ, but I got to watch the film to really see exactly what we're emphasizing. I know for me, it's all about consistency. That's good. That's a big thing for me with our team, especially as you finish the first block of fall camp, right? We got really one more week of fall camp. A week from today is scrimmage 2, and then you're into bonus week, and then game week, and here we go. So I want to see the consistency with which we play. I'm going to take scrimmage 1 and put a premium on how our guys perform in this scrimmage, but then look at the body of work. We're going to make personnel and depth chart moves off of this scrimmage because they've had 9 opportunities to show where they're at. But then I want to see guys that are playing at a high level. Can they be consistent to do that day in and day out? Can you be consistent in the meeting room and how you practice week in and week out? So I know that's going to be a big push for me with our entire team, BJ. And then we'll look at both sides of the ball to see where do we need to grow in.
Feels like Ben Ford can be one of those guys
Yep.
that really comes in and surprises people this year. Where's he sit in the wide
Yep.
receiver room?
Ben Ford
What do you see his role this year?
Ben Ford had a really good day today. And if I didn't mention him in the start, that's on me. Ben Ford had a good day. He had a couple of really good catches late in the scrimmage in a 2-minute drive that the offense drove down and kicked a field goal. Absolute warrior. That's what I think about Ben Ford. Never complains, has been through tons of injuries here, never complains, never's down, relentless competitor. He's a warrior. And seeing him make the plays he did on the field today, that warms my heart because that's a mentality. And I want Ben Ford's mentality to continually infiltrate into our team. So what part of this offense he's going to have? Well, he's proven it every day that he wants some of it. And competition is going to be high in that receiver room. So proud of what Ben did today.
You talk about Ben Ford, who's an Eagle High alum.
Yeah.
Are there any other Idaho-born players who are making an impact this season?
Mm-hmm. That's a good question. Cole Miller's doing a really good job. I know that I saw a media thing the other day as he's working to be our what do you call it? Holder. I was going to say our long snapper. I'm like, what is that? But just brings great energy every single day. I mean, he's one of my favorite players on the team just because of who he is as a person. Troy Grizzle, he's now playing tight end and doing a really good job. He had a really good practice the other day, had a touchdown and a couple big blocks. Those Ben Ford, obviously, we talked about. Max Cutforth, like I said, I think he's having a really good fall camp so far. Caleb Bonnett's doing some good things. Like I said, I think today Max Cutforth outplayed Caleb. We got to go back and look at the film. But those are the couple of the main ones that come to mind.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.